Dear Diary, I want to tell you about the exciting and wonderful tour that I had today in Jerusalem. I think that I returned from the tour a different person, someone who is more aware of her Jewish identity, who appreciates the history of her nation, someone who wants to stay connected to this city and what it means to the Jewish people. And as if that is not enough, I experienced all this from my computer, 8,000 miles away from Jerusalem. It's hard to say which part of this trip was the most exciting. There were so many. It started with my tour of the Western Wall. You can see the massive stones in such detail. You can even see the notes inside the wall. These stones that symbolize our closest physical connection to the temple and God can never be captured in words. Looking at the people around you and seeing how moved they are to be there, and going into Wilson's Arch and seeing the holy books there is truly a unique experience. My trip to the Western Wall so moved me that I felt that I had to send a postcard to all my friends from Jerusalem. I chose an e-card that shows multitudes of people praying by the Western Wall, probably from during the high holidays. I wrote to everyone that I hope they can visit this city at least once in their lives. Not far from the Western Wall, I met Barnea Sullivan, a popular Jerusalem tour guide and archaeologist. He has discovered amazing things under the cobblestones of Jerusalem.
Shalom, my name is Barnea Levi Sullivan. I'm co-director of the Foundation Stone Organization, and I'm standing in the courtyard of the Or HaChaim Synagogue in the Old City of Jerusalem. This is where I live, and this is
Barnea was very emotional when he talked about what it's like being an archaeologist in Jerusalem, his thoughts and feelings about Jerusalem, and what it's like to live there. I promised myself that I would visit him and other authentic Jerusalemites again. By then it was lunchtime. I'd heard that instead of waiting in line to get into the worthwhile restaurants, you can simply order a table online. So I decided to go Italian, and I reserved a table in the center of town. It was awesome. While I was doing that, I was able to check out the listings of cultural events that were taking place that day in Jerusalem. I was so surprised to see the length of the list, and I had trouble deciding whether I wanted to go to a jazz show or stand-up comedy. In the end, I settled on clubbing in one of the trendy clubs of the city. Even though I don't have much time left, there is still so much more I want to see in Jerusalem. So I decided to check out the beautiful homes in the area of the German colony. Just as I was looking at one particularly gorgeous home, my sister called me and told me, with great excitement, that she is pregnant with her first child and that the doctors are saying that it's a boy. She had been waiting for so long for this pregnancy that I was very moved. I was so happy that I prayed for her to have a healthy pregnancy and that the birth would go well. I closed my eyes and I asked God to watch over her and give her strength and health. The prayer was an amazing experience for me. To hear my voice being played in the Jerusalem air and go up to God was a unique and moving experience. And then, just before I had to go, I saw him. In the last minute of my visit, he was among so many faces, but something in his smile made my heart skip a beat. I told myself, you live only once, and I took the first step. Let's see what happens. When I look back on my visit in Jerusalem, I feel lucky. This was one of the most emotional days I've had in my life. Jerusalem gave me the feeling of being closer to my Judaism in a way that I did not imagine that I could feel. And to think that I did all this via my computer.